Guys, today we have a review of the One UI 8 for Galaxy S23 Ultra in 2026. So let's check it out, whether it's worth to update and in general whether it's worth to buy Galaxy S23 Ultra in 2026 based on the newest One UI version. And actually, after the release of Galaxy S26, One UI 8.5 should be also released on this device. So actually, I think 8.5 and 9 it will be the latest versions here. Latest Android 16 installed here, and security patch from January 1st, so it's actually all up to date. And let's check it out, how it looks like, what we have here, and what can be reviewed. So actually that's how the main screen looks like. After update to One UI, also you have this Google Discover here. You can activate this page or remove it. Some widgets, actually many of them available here, so you can set it up to your preferences, and the selection of widgets is really big, and many by default widgets you can find here, like camera, contacts, clock, and also from some apps. Gemini can be added as well. Wallpaper, themes, and others, it's set it up here. That's how the lock screen looks like. So when you unlock it, you can set up many styles. I already set up like this, so you can select a different clock style, you can select different styles in general. Also, the style can be adjusted, and some different clocks also up to date and can be adjusted based on your preferences. You can make it bigger or smaller. Also, it can be dynamic, so adjusting based on the style of your wallpapers. Let's see, I prefer this one is like very basic and actually can be that big. And also that's the clock part, also the font, the style, and the color can be selected. For the widgets here, so here you see the selection of widgets that can be selected and set it up here. So I have alarm, some statistics for the walking, and some part of weather information. I set up the precipitation here. Also you can set up sunrise and sunset, or UV index, or others. At the same time you can customize the down part, so you can have the calls, or actually any app can be set it up for the right sides as well. And actually that's what you can set up here. Changes apply to lock screen. Okay, let's unlock it. For the status bar, so here you see many like fast menu settings. You have quite many of them. Also, it can be set it up this way, so you can make it taller. Let's say you can edit what you like here to add some custom settings. I have ChatGPT, for example, here for fast access. Also, this is not customizable, only you can move it, and others as well. I think you cannot even remove it, right? You have the panel settings, can be separate or together. Also, it can be on the left side instead of the right side, and multi-SIM, show when quick panel expanded, some information about the SIM cards. So actually the customization available here is quite wide. And let's go to the settings. So here we have the connection and SIM cards, so Wi-Fi calling, Bluetooth, NFC and contactless payment here, SIM manager, mobile networks here available, so you can set up mobile networks to your preferences. For example, if you don't want to use 5G, you can also set it up. 2G services allow or not, access point, network operators here also available. Quite custom settings, let's say, can be set it up. Private DNS, auto update configuration, all of this is here. Connected devices, so as you see, quite many options here available. You can have camera, storage share, continue on other device, switch the bots, call text on other device as well. Of course, it works only for Samsung device. For Windows, you have the link to Windows here. It's options that can be used. View notification on Windows from your phone, smart view, so you can actually share your screen to other screen like TV or laptop. Galaxy wearable here, so it's actually app for Galaxy wearable. I have Watch 6 and Fit 3 here. We will not cover it right now. SmartThings and Android Auto. For Galaxy I, so actually quite many options as for now available. It's call assistance, writing assistant, interpreter, note assistants, and many others actually working well. And for Galaxy I, it's much better than Apple I, as it works now. Don't need to wait for any updates. And actually, all the time, Samsung try to add some more updates. Let's move on. Modes and routines here. So actually you can set up based on sleep, theater, driving, exercises, relax, war, game, all can be set it up. Also you can set up routines to make your life easier, like you're doing some actions and something happened. And discovery, you can set up going to work, or hear notification allowed, and other settings available. As you see some examples when you're home, when you're at work, some setup can be, some modes and routines can be set up. Again, what we have, sound and vibration. So here is all simple. You can set up your ringtones, you can check the system sound, the volume, notification vibration, call vibration, system vibration can be set up, even intensity. So customization is quite big and available here, so separate app sound as well can be turned on. Notifications, so actually here we have app notifications, status bar, lock screen, do not disturb, so very basic settings, let's not cover it right now. For display I have two modes, light mode and dark mode here. Although for those settings you can set up the schedule, you can have motion smoothness, adaptive, or just standard. Eye comfort can be also set it up for adaptive, custom, and enhanced comfort, so it's actually adjusting the tones. Screen mode, so vivid or natural, also the white balance can be set it up, as you see different picture here. When it's eye comfort it cannot be set it up. Let's turn on eye comfort now. Font size and style, screen zoom, if you need it you can increase, let's say, the size of letters, what you can see here. Camera cutout, just basic settings. Screen timeout, easy mode, so actually it appears larger if you need it. Edge panels, I don't use it, actually it's useless as for me. Navigation bar, swipe, gesture, button, circle to search if you need. And some basic settings. The battery here, so for battery you have power saving, battery protection maximum, it means 95% stop charging, can be also basic. Also the wireless power sharing can be available, and they set the battery limit, charging settings as well, fast charging, fast wireless charging, and many others. Themes, wallpapers, let's start with wallpapers here, so you can select the color palette here and you can see how it looks like. If you need it, of course, I don't like it, just keep it regular. Dim wallpapers when dark mode is on, also quite useful option. And wallpapers here, so you have created VZI, graphics, many of them available by default. Security and privacy, location, actually there is nothing to cover here, it's just some basic information, let's say, as it all the phones available. Advanced features, S Pen, don't forget it has it, Galaxy S23 Ultra, it has Bluetooth S Pen, that's much better than the new one. Motion and gestures, for example, you can set up what you want to do with your phone, like mute with gestures, lift to wake, and others. Screen recording, video effects, so actually video effects works for many apps, let's say, if you need it. Video brightness, normal or bright, gaming hub as well, so actually quite many settings. Also labs is just something new for multi-window for all apps, dark mode apps, back swipe preview. And device care is just storage, battery, and app protection. Also you can select the profile here that actually increase your battery life. Auto optimization is like auto restart if needed, and restart on schedule, software update, and maintenance mode. Actually, that's pretty much it for the review, and what I can tell you is it's really worth to update. It's Android 16, One UI 8, and works perfectly with Galaxy S23 Ultra. The battery life even improved comparing to One UI 7. So this upgrade you shouldn't skip, just upgrade it. In case you still have some questions, just leave in the comments below. put the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.